the start of a new week. Just another notch on the belt, as they say, whoever they are. It's just amazing how this year is disappearing. I mean, it's probably one of the most bizarre years most of us have ever lived. But it is just chipping away here. It was nice this morning. Stanley Clark contacted me about joining him doing a public service announcement that he's putting together with bass players. He's got Christian McBride and some others on here, all just encouraging people to vote. And so I was thrilled. I hadn't talked to Stanley in a while. I've got Stanley's finger in my book. So he was tickled about that. He remembered when I took his picture. It was at Bass Player Live a couple of years ago here in Hollywood. So it was fun. But I was just kind of going through archival stuff here, digging way back, because I've got lots more. I'm going to be doing more Toto, and I've got some more Phil to do, and all kinds of stuff. But then there's a lot of projects that I've worked on over the years that had their moment, and then they kind of disappeared. One of the artists that I worked with was England Dan and John Ford Coley. I ended up working with Dan Seals later on after their group was no longer together. But it was really great working with those guys. They're really good in that singer-songwriter period. And I took a couple of notes here. The album that I'm going to grab a song from is called Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jive. It's great. But it's England Dan and John Ford Coley. And Jeff Piccaro's on drums on this. Greg Fillinganes is on keyboards on this. And Richie Zito is playing guitar. And the great Gene Page did the orchestral arrangements on this. I worked on tons of projects with Gene. He was a remarkable arranger. And he was always, he was the guy. And he'd come roaring into dates, and he'd whip out the charts, and they smell like a fresh cat box, like ammonia, because he had been writing the charts like all night and just had them all printed, and so you were smelling all this ink and crap on it. And I loved him. We joked about it a lot. Gene would sit there. He had a stopwatch, and he'd sit there and he'd go, "Okay, 1, 2, no. Click it again. Okay. 1, 2, no. And we'd all just sit there going, Gene. And when Gene passed, I was at his funeral, and everybody was joking about Gene and his stopwatch. I hope his stopwatch was buried with him, because he was a trip. And he would sit there, and he would take out, let me see, I got one right here. And just take a pen. He would sit at the music stand, and he'd go, orchestra, and we'd kind of go. There'd be like 4 of us in the room doing a rhythm date. It was orchestra. I loved Gene. He was great, but man, what a great arranger. And so I just grabbed this tune. I will try to get through it, see how much I can remember of this. But the incredibly wonderful Jeff Piccaro. How do you go wrong with that? And basically having Jeff and Fillinganes on here, it's sort of Toto-esque on that level. So let me give a shot at this and see how things go here. England Dan and John Ford Coley. Let me just see what that would say. Broken heart. Oh, that's probably them calling me now saying, you made that little clam in the beginning. What's going on with you? Broken Hearted Me is the name of the song from Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jive. Not a great title, but what the hell. But I did a few projects with the guys over the years, and then I did some Dan Seals work. He's a great writer, and he ended up, I think, doing mostly, he went country. And but Jeff, boy, I miss Jeff Porcaro. I did hundreds of records with Jeff, and maybe at some week I'll just do a Jeff Porcaro tribute week, and see what I can find there, and maybe a Carlos Vega tribute. I miss these guys so much. I've talked about it before, and it's really heartbreaking when I go through the list of the great players that have passed over the years, and there was so much more music left in them. And I was around some of these deaths when I was still a teenager, working with guys that died of like meth overdoses and things like that were still like under 20 years old. So there's a heartbreak and a pathos to a lot of this too. But when I hear the music, they're as alive right now as they ever were in my heart. And love Jeff. Man, he was just one special cat. So I've got a whole bunch of crap I got to take to the post office now while it's still working. I'm gonna take full advantage of it. So I'm gonna run and do some errands. And then I'm going to go do some yard work. Maybe I'll do another yard visit. Yard's getting funky because we had so much heat that a lot of things are just crisp in the yard. It's just I have to cut things. Don't want to cut them back too much because if we get another heat wave, that trashes the new growth. So I'm going to be methodical about what I'm doing out there. But I do have work to do. So I'm going to wish everybody a great week ahead. Take good care of yourselves. Take good care of your family and your friends. We're still in the middle of some pretty unbelievable stuff. So just be smart, be aware, and I'm going to be preparing for our live concert that we're going to be doing with the immediate family. We're going to be filming it October 3rd, and then we will stream it after that. But we want to get our hands on it before it gets streamed so we don't have the same technical problems we had with the live stream last time. It's kind of chancy, but this time I think we've got everything's really dialed in and together. So we're going to get together for 4 days and rehearse for this just to make it as good as it can be. And then I'm looking forward to Thursday because that's when I'm doing this Zoom thing for Berkeley College that Victor Wooten and Steve Bailey and John Patitucci are the hosts of it, and it's going to be about rhythm sections. And I'm matched up with my old partner in crime. I love him, Kenny Aronoff. So we're all going to be talking. There's I think 6 of us, different rhythm sections. It's Steve Gadd is paired up with Anthony Jackson, I think, and I think it's Omar's Hakim's on drums, and maybe Daryl Jones on bass. So it's going to be really fun, and there's going to be some people probably dropping in as guests, but it's going to be really good. And I've put it up on my Facebook page, the link to it, so you can sign up for it. It's going to be great, though. I love all these guys. But Kenny, man, I love playing with Kenny. And we've done some gigs live, but we've done a lot of recording together. But one of the most fun gigs we did live was we did John Lennon's 75th birthday at Madison Square Garden. And man, that was fun. Just all these different artists paying tribute to John. And we got to play all of this great Beatles music. So it was as we always said when I was growing up, it was pretty bitchin'. So look, take good care. And my daily shout out, I am not going to let a day pass until this is over with, to all the people working so hard in every kind of segment of our lives. I mean, certainly the fire departments and the police departments and doctors and nurses and all the staffs that are working the hospitals and the people at the post office. My sister-in-law works at the post office, and she has to face stuff every day there. And it's amazing. And I have my niece and her husband are school teachers, and what they're going through right now, trying to keep education afloat. It's remarkable, this whole undercurrent of people organizing and putting out way more than they ever anticipated in their lives. And thank you all for how much you're doing. And thank you all again, once again, for just all of your really kind comments. And I think, I've said it a long time ago, but with our band, The Immediate Family, there is an element of the immediate family that is what we are doing right now. I feel about this channel like it's the immediate family. I love when I see people commenting to each other, that I can kind of step back and watch you guys interacting with each other. I think that's really the essence of what this is all about, is creating a community. And most people are incredibly supportive of each other and interested in each other. And I see so many regular contributors that are writing, that are now interacting with each other. So it's really bitchin', as we say. And if you get a chance, please go to our Immediate Family YouTube channel. And if you haven't, come there and subscribe. Our new video, Slippin' and Slidin', is out, and our previous one, Cruel Twist, is on there, and some a cappella videos that we did, and a bunch of music and all kinds of goodies. We're building that site, so we'd love to have all of you join us over there, and we can juggle all of this back and forth. So take good care. I'm going to go to the post office, get that done, and then hit the yard, and then I will see you tomorrow.